Alright guys, welcome back to the channel guys. We're here with game number 2 of our week 4 reviews. As our games next that we're going to review is Crusher against Crusher against Billy. Now, I said in the video before that I think that these two, I thought we are going to be reviewing Ace versus Shu, but on my list it said that we had Crusher and Billy first, so we're going to do that game first. So let's get through these 3 games here and let's see how it goes. E4 by Billy. E5 by Crusher. Moves the rook out to C3. Playing the Vienna is Billy. Crusher responds and kind of defending his pawn as well. So we got a lagger defense, I believe this is called, or lane defense. C4 with the bishop. Bishop goes all the way down, ping the knight to the king if this pawn moves. Okay. Queen goes all the way out to D5. Billy being very aggressive here. He's going to try and grab this, but this is already defending it, so this doesn't really matter that much. Pawn moves in, and right here, I already was, like, recording this before. Like, Billy can't go here because it's going to leave the queen wide open to here. And what Billy needs to do when this situation happens is that he needs to look at the board and realize where the attacks are coming from when he's moving his queen. He could have moved his queen down at least to here, or he could have just moved all the way here and go all the way back to D1. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered that much. I mean, but he moved the queen in the bad spot, and Crusher took advantage of it. F3 going after the queen. Queen moves back. Castles as Billy. And I said this before as well, Billy's not playing bad. He just played one blunder here so far. Let's see if he can actually fix the situation here. Crusher moves the pawn up 1. D5. Now, I'm going to explain this again here, because I recorded this earlier and I realized, oh god, it was on the screen, and I was like, I'm not going to go through the whole video that way. I'll just restart it. So what Billy's trying to do here is he's trying to go for this pawn here and get a fork on this, and the queen now has to move out of the way, and he's hoping the queen moves here. Billy, Crusher is not going to tell him, he moves the queen right there, and then Billy goes in right here. So now what happens is that this is pinning the horse to the queen, and the queen is now pinned to the king as well if the horse moves. And this is just nasty, disgusting here, and Crusher needs to get out of it, because if he wants to move this out over here, this is coming, because the queen can't move. He's going to be in check, and this is getting taken along with the queen probably. It's just a nasty fork here. It's a nasty pin and fork if Billy actually does it the correct way. Crusher moves to B6. Billy going to force the aggression on the queen. The queen now is forced to move. It moves 1 over. Here comes the fork. Nice. We got the king in check. The queen can't take this because it's in check. We got a free rook or a free queen. And Billy takes the queen. And just like that, we're winning. Billy's winning. Billy is legit winning. Now, I would have did something else. This. Put it in check again. The king. Why is this actually bet? Oh, okay. I mean, can the actual king get out of this, though? If this comes around, what does the engine say? Oh, it wants to do something like this. Okay, don't listen to me. Good move by Billy. I've been out of it for these videos tonight, guys. You can just tell by the way I'm talking. Anyways, king back in check. Take the horse. Billy going in for the other rook! Oh my god, Billy! Oh my god! Gets the rook! Oh my god! Oh no, Crusher. G5. Oh my god, Billy is going relentlessly down the field and attacking Crusher in every which way possible. Crusher defends his rook, thankfully. We open up the file so the bishop can come in. Uh-oh. G4 gets away from the bishop, but I mean, the bishop can still go there. And it does. Check. Wow, what do you do here now? What do you do here? Yeah, this is hard. This is hard. Billy just gonna actually maintain the position. Crusher should not take this. He instead goes in, and Billy's probably gonna take the pawn. I would agree with Billy taking the pawn. Does he take the pawn? He does take the pawn. Okay. Now the king's back in check. It goes in. You want to know how you defend the horse? You go bishop to f6. So what this does is defends the horse, and the king cannot take the bishop, and the king is forced to probably go out this way. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. It can't even go there. It can't even go there. It can't even go here. It has to go there. Oh, boy. What do you do here? What do you do here? Oh, my God. Let's go back to the actual game, though, because this is like a long checkmate pattern that Billy probably won't see. D5. Doesn't defend the horse. Doesn't defend the horse. Crusher goes in and takes the pawn instead. Defend the horse. Defend the horse. Goes in for check. The horse is actually defending it. Is defending it. And now Crusher takes the horse. What's next? What's next? What do you do here? Oh my God. Goes in for the check. The horse is going to take this, but it's going to be taken by the rook probably. Yes. Okay. Billy's in full range to win this game right now. D2. All right. So I think he's trying to defend these squares here. He's trying to probably move the rook back over here so he can defend this. But at the same time right now, man, this is just this is tough to get out of if you're Crusher. You gotta hope your opponent blunders to actually get out of this. Rook moves to F1. Not bad, not bad. Puts king in check, okay. Bishop goes down, going after the rook. I mean, here comes probably a rook sacrifice. No, goes after the bishop instead. Bishop has to move back. That bishop moved. Okay, so what Crusher's basically doing is making it simplified. He says, okay, you want this? I'll take this. It's up to you. We'll play that game. If Billy does this, it's going to be very smart. Oh my God. Now both bishops are... Oh no. Bishop goes back. Billy takes the first one. Oh no. The white square bishop is gone. We have the dark square bishop on the field. Crusher needs to save his black square bishop. He does. Billy's going to force an attack on it. Crusher moves it all the way to C1, trying to protect it. Billy getting ready to go in. He's going to trade his rook off to grab his rook. Oh, no. Goes and takes, I believe, a pawn on B2. Okay. Check. Trade. Check. Crusher's getting forced out of the position here. This is bad for Crusher. Now Billy's trying to weave a mating net right now as we speak. Crusher needs to probably move to G6 to defend this from coming. Because if this goes all the way up here, this defends that. C1 to defend this square instead. Not bad. There comes Crusher down. Now, there comes Billy down with this. Crusher's going to move this down. Yes. Billy puts him in check. Now, I mean, okay, it's moved here. Yeah. Check is actually pretty decent here, actually. Now looking at it. Billy needs to play something smart. Put this right here, probably. Yes. Check. Puts him in the corner. What are we going to see from Billy is a question here. Probably take this pawn right here. No, we're going to move the pawn up. Pawn gets taken. We're in a bad spot here. Moves back. For it up. Bishop going after the rook. Goes in for the check. Billy has this. I think Billy has this. Okay, G2. Goes back 1. Defend this pawn here. Knows he has to defend that pawn. This is beautiful by Crusher. This is a beautiful defense by Crusher. I'll give him credit for that. King moves out. King goes over here going for this pawn. Crusher defends it with this bishop. What is the strategy here by Billy? He goes in for the check. King moving out. It's time to just move the king in. Check. Got him. Okay, look. Look, this is what you have to do. When you got him in this position, you put him here. What's this do? If he goes here, you go all the way back over here and do that. I got someone telling me. All right, we're back. So what you want to do here is you want to just start making this king be together with this king. This rook, even goes like, let's just say he tries to defend this. This is nothing. This is like legit nothing. Even if he goes like right here, okay, we just take the pawn. Like, you want to put him in a mating net. If he goes anywhere like right here, push the king up right here, start attacking the king, make him have to make the decision. He moves it right here, for example. You move probably this down. Like, you just gotta like play passive, play very defensive. Do not let Crusher just get any pieces moving here, and you win this game. Billy's going for checks instead. Moving his horse out of the way. Another check. Gets the pawn. Billy just gives him a free bishop here. That's not the way to win this. We're in right here, and now we have 5.5 for Crusher. So the whole king right here is that the bishop is hanging the rook. Does Crusher see this? This can change everything in this game. Because then the king can go around and basically gobble up Billy's pawns, and I believe Billy will actually lose this game if Crusher sees this move. Does Crusher see it? Nope. Okay. It's still hanging, though. Billy doesn't see it either. And finally, Crusher takes it, and now Crusher has the advantage. Billy's up a pawn, though, so we'll see how this goes here for the rest of this game. Crusher putting a check in. Billy's just moving around, trying to grab the bishop. Billy's pawns are in a good spot here, and what Crusher needs to do is move this king in and grab this pawn right here and start gobbling up the pawns. Billy just needs to keep his king near his pawns to defend his pawns. And just like that, there it is. It's coming. This is unguardable. Billy moves his pawn up 1. Crusher is going to take it with the king. I probably would have taken it with the actual pawn instead, because this can become a pass pawn once you take this pawn right here, and these pawns are basically locked up. But Crusher decided to take it with the pawn with this instead. And honestly, the engine doesn't like this because now you're still winning, yes. But if you wouldn't have taken it with the king and you would have taken the pawn, you would have had a plus 70 advantage for Crusher. Because that pass pawn would have came in and promoted, and it would have been game over. Billy plays the wrong move going there. Crusher going back in, going for this pawn over here instead. I mean, if he goes back in this way and just takes this pawn move, like that pawn was going to move up anyways and just start moving down and stuff like that. It would have been easy pickings for Crusher. Pawn moves up, takes with the d-pawn. Crusher, Billy just trying to get a pawn to go his way. Not going to work well. Queen comes in, check, takes the pawn. Crusher trying to get another pawn here. This game's basically over with. There's mate in 1 here. If Crusher just goes in for the kill, that's mate in 1. Where's the mate in 1 actually? Oh, a6. Yeah, I forgot the bishop's right here. I thought maybe you have to go down here to actually stop it, but now you have to stop this from happening. So there's mate in 1 right here. a3. a2. Billy puts himself in the middle. He's going for the stalemate. Crusher queens. stalemate happens because Crusher couldn't actually realize that a stalemate happens when the king can't move. Wow. What a game one, ladies and gentlemen. This was a crazy game. A lot of twists and turns. Billy had this one for the most part, and the fact that he actually stalemated it when Crusher had a mate in one for most of the game, but decided not to take it instead because of whatever reason. Whoops. Yeah, I mean, Crusher got greedy, wanted two queens on the board. Billy knew exactly where to put his actual piece, so when Crusher promoted, it was going to be game over. And just smart by Billy. Billy played it well at the end. I mean, he should have won this game. When he lost his rook, it was pretty much game over, but he still stayed through it. He saved himself the pain and punishment and got 1 point out of it. So right now we have a tie right now between Crusher and Billy. So let's see what happens in game number 2. Queen pawn opening by Crusher. Billy goes in with more of a French defense, it looks like. Moves g4 up this Crusher. Knight comes out, going for this pawn here that's probably free. That's still a free pawn, Billy, but okay, you move the pawn up, oh, okay. Still, oh wait, no, it's not a free pawn now. Queen now defends it. Goes in for the check, does Billy. Crusher defends up c3. Billy moves pawn up back 1. Crusher probably gonna move this up here. No, he goes with the queen instead, playing him in check and winning this bishop regardless. Very aggressive, but he doesn't take the bishop. Oh no, the bishop was actually defended. Nice. That was a nice play by Billy, actually. Defends the bishop. That bishop was going to be free and if he didn't move the right piece, and he moved the right piece. Goes for the bishop still instead. Billy's going to play some aggressive here. Somewhat aggressive. Queen comes down. Crusher attacking the queen. Queen moves back 1, going for the pawn, or for the horse here. Crusher moving the pawn up. Goes in and takes the pawn right here, does Billy. Which gets the king in a bad spot here, because here it comes, this is probably what Billy's playing on right now. And instead, he goes actually takes the bishop instead. And that's not a bad move either. Now, Crusher's in a bad spot here. He needs to actually get some development here. He needs to get, like, maybe something out. The king's in the middle of the board here. This is not good for Crusher. H3, defending the rook with the horse. However, Billy can just take the horse here. Pushes the pawn up 1. I would have won the actual, yeah, this is easy. This would have been an easy win of the rook here, as well as the horse, if Billy would have saw the way to do this. But instead, Billy moves the pawn up. Crusher moves the bishop out 1. The queen can still win the rook. And so can the bishop, which was leaving it open as well. I guess that's why Billy actually moved the pawn up 1, just to take the rook. But it's like easy attack right there. And we got Billy actually with the advantage here after a tie game in the first game. Queen moves up, grabs the bishop on the a5 file. Castle does Billy. We got an aggressive assault here. Billy actually leading the way right now as well. Both these games, Billy has been outplaying Crusher in the opening. Crusher moves the h3, a3 with the knight. That is a bad move, actually. It's not the best. Usually don't put knights on the edge corner, guys. That's all I gotta mention for you guys. Pawn takes f4. And now we have a little bit of advantage for Crusher because the queen is taken. Billy needs to realize whenever this gets moved here and this is attacking it, you need to just go in, go for another check, get the queen out of there at least. He forgets where his pieces are and he doesn't realize what the actual opponent's doing to try and actually get out of situations. And if he played it well and he played it right, I mean, even if he did this, it would have been fine for Billy, but he loses the queen. just not looking at the board correctly, not looking at the board fully. And now we have Billy down a queen. But right now, Crusher might have a queen and rook, but it's still it still could go either or. Even though the bar says it's +2 for Crusher, doesn't mean anything. It depends how Crusher actually converts the position here. Goes down 1, goes to A4, and just like that, Billy has the advantage. Pawn moves up. Billy has more of an advantage, or more of a tie here, in my opinion. Rook moves back. Billy has all the advantage. This is coming for check. Instead, he moves the pawn up 1, down 1. Go for the check. Come on, Billy, go for the check. Goes for the queen instead. Queen moves back. That was a misclick, wasn't it? It has to be. I feel so bad for him because here comes the queen to D3, which is going to force it in check, and then here comes the mate by Crusher. Whoops. Where was I? Okay, here's the misclick. What does Crusher do? He has this coming. The D5. D3 instead going after the rook. No! Oh, no! And the best part is that this rook is defended by this pawn, and he makes it like this is now free. This can save him. Billy needs to move a pawn. One of these pawns needs to move up. Billy, move a pawn. We got mate in 1. Does Crusher see it? I'm just going to press the button. Let's see if Crusher sees it. He does. Oh, jeez. And this is what Crusher's been doing most of this tournament. I feel like Crusher gets really outplayed in a certain part of these games, and he capitalizes off of his opponent's mistakes. And this right here is a prime example of this game right here. Billy had control most of this game, and if he realized that his queen, that the rook was defending something, even if this got moved out right over here and at least defended this square, these squares, it would have been a different game in general. I think Billy actually had the advantage. I think Billy was actually going to win this game as well, but he just left a small opening open for Crusher to make the plays that he needed to make, and he wins game 2 against Billy. And it's still 1-0. We could just have a tie game here tonight. Our first ever tie of the tournament. If he can beat Crusher in game 3. So let's go to game 3 and see what happens here as we are our last game of this games. Crusher goes E4. Or Billy goes E4. Crusher goes E5. Oh, we've seen this against Linty before. Will Crusher fall for the same trap? Now, what we did against Linty is that when Linty pushed this pawn up, Billy took this pawn, had the king in check, and we had a free rook from it. Will Crusher fall for the same trap? He will. Oh, man, this sucks. And oh, the horse goes and defends it like how I think Linty put the bishop out there, or he put the horse. I don't know which one he put out. But right there, right, just like that, Billy wins the first rook. It's his little move that he always does. Last time he lost the queen because he thought he had checkmate with this coming in, and then he had that, but Crusher or Linty had the horse right here to defend it, and Billy forgot about the horse. Let's see if he does it again for this game. D6. Here it comes. Here it comes. Billy doesn't know how to get out of it once he gets to the spot. Queen moves up 1. There's the check. Or there's this trap. You need to do something here, Crusher. You need to actually defend this now. How do you defend this? How do you defend this? That's one way to defend it. Get the queen out of there. So now your king has an escape route, because if you take this, it's going to be escape. Billy now forcing his attack on the queen. Puts the horse in the way. Okay. Horse goes here. Now, this is what happened last time. Linty did the same thing. Defend this with this horse. And Billy got tunnel vision. He's seen this, and he was like, It's a checkmate once I take this. No. 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 I wasn't upset with him when he did against Linty. Because the reason why is because mistakes happen. But against Crusher, this is the same mistake you made against Linty, and you do the exact same thing again. This is going to happen, and now, just like that, Billy's attack is gone. Now, the queens are in this spot right here. Billy castles. I don't mind castling, but I think you should castle on the other side and just play development. But that's just me. But Billy castles on this side. Queen has a good advantage here on this attack. Now Crusher just needs to get maybe something over to this like file. Like get something like right here. Maybe get a horse right there if he can. Try to get a horse right there if he can. And just go and attack. But well, it's hard to get like an attack on that horse when your horses are all the way in the back. But we'll see how he goes. F3 going after the bishop. Bishop goes back. Queen gets attacked again. Queen goes in. Horse goes out. Queen goes and moves all the way down. Billy still has the advantage by 7 points because by +7 here. And that's because the horse can do a lot of damage here. I mean, it can actually go here and fork it, and that's exactly what Billy did. And he takes the rook, so now like Crusher has only a queen, so Billy still has like a lot of stuff he can do. Billy's really like here's the thing, Billy's really good at his forks and his attacks. It's just his tunnel vision is what kills him every time. And if he didn't have the tunnel vision, by the way, take the horse next if you're Billy. If this is not defended, depending on what Crusher does. Okay, Crusher moves it out of the way. But my point is still stands is that Crusher, Billy would be a lot better in this tournament if he didn't get the tunnel vision of seeing the check and seeing the ending. And honestly, Billy's actually not that bad of a player. It's just he needs to focus on what he's doing and see what opponents are doing. Moves the pawn 1. Queen goes and takes the free pawn, but it's not free because this is going to take it. Billy doesn't see it though. I mean, again, Billy, if he sees it, this game is over. That's all I gotta say. Billy moves the king instead. Queen just gonna move all over the board here at this point. Crusher gonna move it back into the spot here. He's gonna try and go for some checkmate here. That's gonna be ridiculous. Billy moves the rook out of the way. Pawn moves down. Horse moves out. Check. Okay, you're basically training horses. Or, oh, okay, check. But this is just going to be taken. Yep. Take the horse. Yep. What does this attack? I don't know what it attacks, but, I mean... The engine says the only way you can get out of it is by taking the check right here. Which Billy does do. So we're at dead even now. Crusher moves out of the way. Billy takes the pawn. We're back down. The next move here is actually for the queen to take the bishop. Which it does. And now we go to h6. Check. Moves down. A1. I mean, right now, Billy just needs to survive the checks. And right now, Crusher's just trying to get a mating net in. I believe this is actually mate. The only way you can stop it is to do this, because if this happens, then you at least can tie it. And that's the only way you can get out of it. He doesn't see it. Gets out of the check. You gotta put him in check again, or sacrifice the rook. Check. Billy doesn't put him in check anymore. And just like that, Crusher ends game 3 and wins 2-0 in this game. He gets at least 4 points. Or he gets 5 points actually for the tie. Billy ends with 1 point at least, which is not at least he won with 1 point. He didn't actually like lose points or nothing like that. He didn't get 0 points. So that is a nice thing for Billy. I believe that's what he actually got. Let me check real quick, make sure he actually got yeah, Billy's up to 10 points. He should be at 10 points, I believe, right? Let me check. Billy is at, yeah, he was at 10. So he's at 10 points now. Crusher's at 21. It's a very close tournament, but we'll see how it goes here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. We'll be back for our next games, whatever games that might be.